The ROG Ally X is now available to buy on Best Buy. Is it worth your cold hard cash? Well, we're going to discuss it in this video. Yes, we are. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, click the bell icon. I'm Blaze2K. We cover handheld gaming every day on this channel. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, I want to make you aware of this brand new dock from JSOX that is perfectly designed, fitted for the for the ROG Ally X. It doesn't obstruct the fans. It works on other devices like the Steam Deck, and it's such a nice form factor. Look at that thing, 6-in-1 handheld docking station. I'll put the link down below in the video description where you can go buy this. I'll also put the link to the Best Buy link to where you can buy the ROG Ally X down below. And if you buy, it doesn't cost you any extra, but it gives me a little kickback. So if you want to support that way, you can. But yeah, check out this dock, the 6-in-1 dock. How cool does this look? And it looks like it's easy to shove in your bag too. Very nice. And if you want to get the old classic 12-in-1, then it's right here with the RGB. I'll put the link down below for that as well. So let's get into the ROG Ally X. Is it worth it? What's different between the ROG Ally X and obviously the original Ally? And should you buy one? Is it worth the upgrade? Well, we're going to discuss that in the video. I'm going to give you my opinion. It's been a little while since I've covered the ROG Ally and handhelds in general, but if you like this sort of stuff, consider clicking the like and joining, clicking subscribe, clicking the bell icon. And if you want to support a little bit more and help me keep doing this on a daily basis, click join. Anyways, yes, so let's cover the differences in this little bad boy. So first of all, the key difference is the battery life, right? The battery life is up to 80 watt hours from 40 watt hours. So basically you're going to be getting double the battery life. Now, if you love games and you love being able to play away from a charger, away from the TV, and you don't have a dock on this thing, you just want to play this thing on a bus or you're traveling, you're going to get double the battery life. So basically, you know, it's going to have double the battery life of the original, lasting up to 2 hours and 10 minutes on demanding games at max TDP, which is pretty darn impressive, whereas the original Ally could only last around 51 minutes under the same conditions, right? The display, unfortunately, is the same. I really wish they put an OLED in this thing and shrunk the bezels even more. I think OLEDs need to be in just about every handheld now. After experiencing the Steam Deck OLED, after having an LG OLED C3 in our bedroom, I can't go to LCD. OLED is the pinnacle of gaming experiences. After experiencing it once, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have any device that has an OLED in it, you will know. You might not think it's that big a deal until you have an OLED, until you get to experience an OLED. Then you'll see what I'm talking about, all right? It doesn't have an OLED. It still has the same 7-inch 1080p touchscreen with 120 Hz refresh rate, but there is good news. It's not all bad news. It's not all bad news. It does have slightly higher brightness at 500 nits, and it has a cool Gorilla Glass DXC coating for better outdoor visibility. So basically it's like a more matted display to help mitigate reflections, but in my opinion, I'm not too keen on those. Yes, it does stop you from getting an insanely bright patch on your display from the reflection, but it diffuses that light out across the whole display, and if anything, to me it feels like it obstructs the display even more. But that's just personal opinion. I don't have my hands on an ROG Ally X yet, but I am looking at a couple of videos, and yeah, it does seem to be much like the Steam Deck matte display, the anti-scratch surface, the etched glass they call it, and some people love it, some people don't like it. Anyways, but yeah, same 7-inch 1080p display. I wish they put an OLED. I wish they'd increase the size, because the bezels could be shrunk a little bit, right? We could have that 16:10 display instead of the 16:9. Let's see. The performance and storage. So the ROG Ally X now is upgraded to 24 gigabytes of LPDDR5X 7500 RAM and up to a terabyte M.2 2280 SSD. The SSD was always upgradable. You could always upgrade the SSD. I like to go for 2 terabyte preferably, but now by default it comes with a terabyte, and I wish it had 32 gigs of RAM. For those of you that like to dock your ROG Ally to your computer and have, you know, be able to kind of connect several monitors and run multiple apps, multiple windows, multiple things at once, and maybe use it as a productivity device, I think 32 gigabytes is the hotspot. I'm glad they've upgraded it from 16. That's a big improvement, but they could have pushed it to 32. I wish they did, but 24 is still better than 16. And obviously it's faster RAM as well, so that's a good thing. From 75 LPDDR5X 7500 as opposed to LPDDR5 6500 RAM, so that's really good. Now it does have, the new ROG Ally X does have a better thermal management system, right, with redesigned fans that are 25% smaller and 50% thinner, including additional fan tunnels and third exhaust vent for better airflow. Now the original Ally, it didn't get too hot for me. That could just be my unit. I know quality control issues are obviously pretty prevalent in Asus products, as I'll tell you again and again from my experience. I did have to return my first ROG Ally because of the thumbsticks were just borked. My Asus ROG Ally G14 had to be returned like 5 times to Best Buy because of keyboard issues and backlighting issues and display issues and graphics card issues. I hope they've got better with quality control, but their thermal system is better, which is good. So hopefully you'll have even a more comfortable experience, right, if you have this thing sitting in your lap. Now, ergonomics and design, the ROG Ally X is a little bit slightly heavier and bulkier to accommodate the larger battery, with improved grip design, smaller and repositioned macro keys for better ergonomics. Original ROG Ally is lighter and thinner, with less ergonomic back buttons that are easier to accidentally press. So there's pros and cons. Apparently the original Ally is just a little bit better. Additional features: the ROG Ally X enhanced joystick durability, rated for 5 million rotations, RGB lighting around the joysticks, and more slip resistant design. So they've improved the sticks a little bit. I didn't have any issues with the sticks already as it was. Obviously standard stick design. Now from what I'm seeing, it has Hall effect triggers but standard thumbsticks, which is a little bit weird to me. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but let me know down below in the comment. But you're probably wondering, the reason why I've made this video, is it worth upgrading? In my opinion, is no. It has the same APU, the same Z1 Extreme APU in it, so you're not going to be getting much of a performance boost outside the RAM, the faster RAM and the increased RAM. The SSD's got bigger. That's not really going to affect your performance. Obviously, for the most part, the SSD's insignificant to me because you could clearly open it up and upgrade it easily yourself anytime you want. I typically like to go for a 2 terabyte in my handhelds just because it gives you, because game files and game sizes are so big these days. But as for current ROG Ally owners, if you already have a standard or regular ROG Ally, I would keep it. The only difference really is the paint. If you want a black ROG Ally and you want to sell your original white one, which I'll admit I'm not too keen on white devices, they do get a little bit grimy over time. That's a big complaint of mine on the original Ally. I'm glad they've changed it to black, but besides the paint, the faster RAM, the increased RAM, the better, larger SSD by default, as well as some of the, you know, the new thermal system and the doubling the battery life, I'm not seeing a huge value for money in terms of upgrading over the original, right? It is obviously, it is $799, which compared to the original, I believe is $100 more. So for that $100 more, you're getting the improved thermals, you're getting double the battery life, you are getting double the SSD size, you are getting more RAM, you are getting the black shell, you are getting the Hall effects triggers. For $100, considering you're gonna have to sell your original Ally, is it worth selling your original Ally for like $500 and then paying $300 plus more for this one? I would say no. I'd say wait until the new EPUs come out, maybe in the next year or so, and they release a true successor to the original Ally. To me, it's not worth it. Let me know if you disagree in the comments. Obviously, everyone's different. Everyone's got different needs. As for people that are wanting to switch to a Windows handheld like the ROG Ally X from something like the Steam Deck with, you know, SteamOS and Linux, where you're sort of limited as to what games you could play, the ROG Ally has always been a solid contender, right? It's got the Armory crate, which I think is fantastic. It's one of the best Windows overlays for handheld gaming there is out there, as far as I'm concerned. Over Legion space, over just about anything else, frankly, on INEO devices or GPD doesn't even have a Windows overlay device, software, sorry. And the level of customizability you get in the ROG Armory crate is just like phenomenal. Changing the TDP, game recording, you name it. Like, you can really customize the quick access panel things. It's phenomenal. Asus did a really good job with their software on this thing. I wish they put an OLED in it. That's my biggest gripe. I wish they put 32 gigs of RAM in it. I wish they put Hall effect sticks in it. I wish they'd increase the size of the screen and push those bezels out a little bit more. I wish there was a new APU, because there is a new line of APUs out. They're more in the Chinese handhelds than they are in the, there's not a new Z2 Extreme, basically. So they've just opted to go for the same one. If you're looking to go from a Steam Deck and you're really wanting to play Windows games that maybe like Call of Duty Warzone or games with anti-cheat, and you just don't want to have to deal with compatibility issues with Linux and SteamOS, the ROG Ally is definitely a contender. As far as form factor, I think the ROG Ally just knocks the Lenovo Legion Go out the park just knocks it dead as far as form factor is concerned. It's smaller, it's lighter, it's more comfortable, frankly. The placement of the buttons and the sticks are just better. Whereas the Legion Go, like the buttons and the sticks are like directly up and down, above each other and below each other. I just never felt that comfortable, and they're very squeezed, it's very tight. Gives you like hand cramps when you're playing it for too long, at least for me. So I think the ROG Ally's got the better form factor. It just doesn't have that beautiful big 8-inch display that the Lenovo Legion Go does. So yeah, if you're looking for a Windows handheld, the ROG Ally X is definitely a contender. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you want to get the ROG Ally X? Have you already bought the ROG Ally X? Are you enjoyed it? Let me know in the video comments down below. It means a lot. And like I said, I put the link to buy this on Best Buy down below, and I'll get a little commission off it. It doesn't cost you any extra. It's literally just a little commission off from Best Buy, basically, if you use my link down below. And also, like I said, check out these docks. Obviously, you got your 12-in-1. I've done a review on this one before. It's $99.99. It's a little bit pricey, but if you use code Blaze2K on checkout, you should get a little bit of money off it, I hope. And as well as the new ROG Ally dock, 6-in-1 docking station, which is basically designed for the ROG Ally X. And look how slick this thing is. Look how slick this thing is. That is a nice looking dock, and there's the ROG Ally X in it right there. Don't you just want this thing? Don't you want it? HDMI output 4K at 120 Hz, HDR, fast charge handheld at full speed, detachable and portable, versatile standard .com1 mobility, perfectly compatible with all the other devices like Steam Deck. And one thing that I never mentioned, which I'm going to mention now, is the fact that the proprietary graphics external GPU connector is not present on the ROG Ally X. And what really peeves me off, I'm not going to lie, is the fact they've not put a USB-C 4 on here, but they have added an extra USB-C. So they've got rid of the proprietary connector because nobody was buying that stupid Asus external GPU that they were trying to sell. I'm glad about that. If they're wanting to support eGPUs with this thing, add a Thunderbolt port, add a USB-C 4 port on, please, for the love of handheld gaming, so we could add our own eGPUs. I'm glad they've added a second USB-C port. I think that's fantastic. They're both on the top. Hopefully they've improved that micro SD slot, because obviously there was a rumor that it was destroying people's expensive micro SD cards. But I'm very happy with the extra USB-C slot. Sorry if the video's been blurry the whole time. Damn cameras. Anyways, yes, 2 USB-C ports, double the storage, increased RAM, better thermals, double the battery life, a new black shell, Hall sensor triggers, same display. I'd wait for the new one if I was you. If I had the original Ally, think very wisely if you're thinking of moving from Steam Deck to this. But overall, it's a pretty solid upgrade. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm Blaze2K. Hit like, hit subscribe, click the bell icon, and consider clicking join and becoming a member and support everything I do. If you love handheld gaming, you'll find a place here. You'll enjoy it here. Anyways, peace out. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. I'm Blaze. And come join my streams every now and again. I stream every day. Come click the bell icon and be notified. And come talk to me. Anyways, peace out. Love you guys. Bye.